Alright, so the first plant I wanted to talk about today in part 2 of the Lovell Canyon series was this plant right next to me, and this is called the Utah juniper, and the scientific name for this is Juniperus osteosperma. It's commonly known as the desert juniper or the Utah juniper, and it can be found in southern Nevada in pretty much any mountainous upper Sonoran desert. And it's also known as the pinyon pine and juniper woodland. You can see a pinyon pine to my left right there. Yeah, so you have both of these plants in this life zone. This juniper is a perennial wooden evergreen, and these green scale-like berries, once you rub the wax coating off of them, you can see that they are actually green. But these berries are not actually berries at all. They are actually female cones of the female sex organs on these plants that create the seeds. Up close, if you look here, these tiny little brown cones, these are actually the male sex organs. And you can see that they are severely underdeveloped, but once they start to mature more, they become just a little bit larger and yellow. And you can see that the leaves are actually very kind of scale-like. This plant is also known as monoecious, meaning that the male and female cones exist on the same plant. And one tip that I learned in my biology class to be able to kind of know what word you wanted to use is if a plant is monoecious, it means that there are different plants for different sex organs. And dioecious is two different plants for male and female. So because this plant has both male and female sex organs, it would be called monoecious because it's in one house versus two houses. Juniperus osteosperma lies in the cypress family, actually, Cupressaceae, and it's in the genus Juniperus, of course. A common plant also in this genus, Juniperus, is the common juniper, Juniperus communis. And actually these juniper berries, or female sex organ cones, are actually used as a main ingredient to make gin. So if you ever wondered what the main flavoring in gin was, it's the common juniper. But you can also look, if you zoom into this stem right here, there are some pretty serious thorns going on. And I would know because I picked one out of my thumb a couple weeks ago. It's not fun. Alright, so you can see, looking at these juniper berries, there's something really cool I wanted to share with you guys. You see how these berries, they're very mature and, they're pretty fresh. But this one here that's just a little bit darker, that one has dried out. And actually, from researching, I found out that the Navajo used to make ghost beads, and that's what they did. Is they took dried juniper berries, and they would, sand the tops of it to make them into beads, and they were, supposed to protect against evil. But that's how they made those. Tree. See, with these junipers, they really do flower all year. The juniper berries are there all year because of the high elevation and cooler temperatures of this area. The blue pop of color is one of my favorite things to see on the drive-in. Actually,